Hi, everybody. This is Marilyn. Do we have audio? Yes, no, maybe? Thank you. Hello, everyone. This is Marilyn, and it is Welcome to My World, the noon edition on Friday, the 5th of February. So, this is the end of our first trading week in February. So, I hope everybody's got their tracking system set up and they're logging trades and they're on target with their uh, business plan. And I think we're all going to have to give a big round of applause and hats off to Peter today, who made the big announcement that he's just about to become a full-time trader, professional trader. Way to go, Peter. This is really exciting because this is what it's all about. You can use this for literally for your livelihood, or if you aren't quite that far yet, use it to augment your income. But it absolutely must become a business to you if you intend to be successful and literally take any money out of the market. Because the fact of the matter is, you're trading against the best traders in the world. And Apex gives us the advantage of technology to go up against them and win. So it takes time to learn this. There's nobody thought this, at least I hope nobody thought this was going to be easy and you were going to get this in a week or 2 or 3 days because it looks easy. That may be the way it looks. It's not quite that easy. It is very, very simple once you devote the time and go get your learning curve down. That's what it's all about. Anyway, the markets this morning were extremely volatile. This is if this is the first time you ever sat through Friday economic numbers that had NFP, you need to put this in your little memory box, because when these numbers come out, the markets respond, and you sure don't want to be in a trade, at least I don't. And if you are, by some accident, you definitely don't want to be on the wrong side of it, because you can have a come to Jesus meeting with the market real fast when that happens. So this is why we make such a big deal about news. The economic news numbers that come out, and for those of you who trade in the evening, be sure you're aware of what the economic news numbers, the schedules are for Japan and for Australia. And don't think this doesn't matter much, because it matters a lot. And once you're aware of it, you can learn to take advantage of it. This morning was a good example of when it's best to stand aside, just let them do whatever they want to do, and then come in, and you're in a much safer position to make trades and take advantage of some really nice moves. We've had good trends. Looks like these indices have decided to chop a bit. I keep TF chart up because I trade TF, and these little, it's right now, if you're using the Apex system, it's got a bunch of little choppy, scrunched up apexes forming, and that's also a good indication of when to stay out. If you're using the iZone system, you should have colors on your chart like this. I changed mine to yellow on the crude oil right here, but these are cautionary chop. Take advantage of this stuff, because it really does matter. Anyway, the Canadian dollar was highly displeased with its numbers this morning and made that known. It just has been on a down, down, down. The Australian dollar also has joined it. And the euro didn't respond all that much. It did go down, yes, but then it's been in a tight range ever since. It mirrors the US dollar going up and doing the same thing. Super nice moves on gold this morning. Down, 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 and then up. So this is why you need to learn to trade both directions of the market. Take advantage of what's offered. I know we have a lot of NQ traders in here, and NQ today was like it was like a giant waterfall. It just very tight range and choppy overnight, and all of a sudden, when those numbers hit, it it decided to keep going down and down and down. When you get if you keep a 30-minute candle chart, which I do just for a reference, but on any of these markets, but NQ is a great example today. YM also. Let's see here. I've got a TF over here. I can pull over on the camera to show you this. I think I can. Whoops. Well, it doesn't want to come. Here it is. This is a TF 30-minute candle chart that I keep over in my little part of my monitor that I use to trade TF with. And this, when you have these big, it'll usually start with one big red candle. And yes, there's going to be a retrace. That's what these wicks are right here. But when you see the classic move on that is about 4 down, then you can expect, it's not going to keep going down and down and down and down forever and ever and ever and ever. That's why you need to pick your entries according to the system that you're using. But when you notice, and I always check the top and the bottom of the hour, where these candles are on any market I'm trading to see what they're going to open at, because the big boys, if they're going to change direction with their millions of dollars worth of contracts that they're trading, they are most likely, not always, but most likely to try and do that right at the top and the bottom of the hour. But when you see 4 of these in a row like this, going up or down, whatever the color is, then start to get very, very cautious about continuing with that direction. Doesn't mean there's going to be a reversal. It just means that it's not the probability. That's all we're doing here is probability trading. We just want the probability stacked in our favor. The probability of that continuing is very, very small. And if you notice, that will coincide with the deviation levels on the apex system. When you get to 1.5 deviation levels, you want to be cautious. When it gets to 2, very cautious. Over 2, extremely cautious. And you'll start to see how all these things kind of, it's a little bit like getting all your ducks in a row. So anyway, that's my tip for the moment, I guess. We do have people in here who trade beans and corn on the Nadex. Boy, both of those markets had a nice move today to the downside, but it was really strong. And we have the VIX hasn't changed very much, but it's right now it's 2 ticks below 23. So I guess if it stays right here at 22 to half to 20, just hit 23. If it goes up from there, Monday the bears will be in control of the market. So anyway, on Monday morning, typically there's not a lot of news on Monday morning in that 8:15, 8:30 time frame, and this Monday will be no different. There's Canadian building permits and housing permits, U.S. mortgage delinquencies. Takes a whole week to work through that. Doesn't affect too much. And 10 o'clock on Monday is the labor market conditions. Gee, I wonder what those might be. But that is not a significant news announcement. So I think that's about it. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend and stay safe and works on we all need to work on our business plans because it's so early in the year. And I know I just got that post put up last weekend. It's meant as a guideline. So if you don't quite understand what I'm talking about, don't hesitate to ask. I'll try and at least that's the way I do it. There's certainly a bazillion ways to do it, but that's the way I do it. So anyway, I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. And I'm not expecting too much volume into the afternoon, but you never know going into the close, late afternoon. So I will see you all Monday morning. This has been my view from my world in Apex land, brought to you by Apex Investing. I'll see you Monday. Thanks.